Welcome to the lecture of data science. Today in this video lecture, we will cover the topic that is the big data analytics and the web and social media analytics from the unit 1. So let's start with the general information that what is data volumes. Just for an example, the weight of a person is measured by using the kg. So what is kg? Suppose I am telling the weight of a person is 45 kg. Then kg is the unit to measure the weight. Similarly over here, to measure the data volumes. So how it is measured? The unit is byte. So the volume of a data in a single file or file system can be described by a unit called byte. Just for an example, the weight of a person can also be expressed in terms of grams. But what we are using? We are using the unit as kilograms. Similarly, the byte is the smallest unit, but you can represent that data volumes in terms of kilobytes also, in terms of megabytes also. So what is kilo? Kilo means 1000. There are 3 zeros after 1. Mega means there are 6 zeros after 1. So you can also represent the data in terms of megabytes, also in terms of kilobytes. So the kilobytes is called as KB. Mostly you have seen this KB size in your computer system. You have also seen if there is some book with you, then the size of the book will be in terms of megabytes. That is, the short form is MB. Similarly, there is a gigabytes, that is 9 zeros. Then comes the terabytes, it means the 12 zeros. Then comes petabytes, it means 15 zeros. Then comes exabytes, it means 18 zeros. Then comes zettabytes. So zettabyte is 1000 exabytes. And the last one is the yottabytes. So it is the 1000 zettabytes. So this many zeros are included in zettabytes and the yottabytes. Now where this different units are used. So the kilobytes is mostly used just for an example, if you are writing a paragraph of a text document, then that paragraph which contains only the text, that will be in terms of KB, that is the kilobytes. If you consider a small novel, it means some ebook if you consider, then that will be in terms of MB, that is the megabytes. This Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, so they are talking about the music. So if you take any music file, then that can be in terms of GB. All the x-rays in the large hospitals, that will be in terms of terabytes, that is TB. Also your hard disk is in terms of terabytes, that is the TB. Then comes half the contents of all the US academic research libraries. So that data is very large, but they are only considering the half of the contents of the US academic research library. So it is in terms of petabytes. About 1/5 of the words people have ever spoken. So what we are speaking. So that generation of the data. So it is also one kind of data, that is the voice data that is generated by the people. So they are telling about 1/5 of the word people have ever spoken. It will be in terms of exabytes. While the zettabyte is used, how big the zettabyte is. So they are telling that as much information as there are grains of sand on all the world's beaches. So on beaches we know there are sand, and they are considering a single grain from the complete sand. So how many grains are there over the overall world's beaches? So that much amount of data you can consider as the zettabytes. So you can just imagine that zettabyte is how large the data is. And the last one is the yottabyte. It means as much information as there are atoms in 7,000 human bodies. So if you consider the 7,000 human bodies, and human bodies consist of some atoms, and there are some information within the atoms. So that information, if you consider, then the volume of the information that generated from the atoms of the 7,000 human bodies, that will be in terms of yottabytes. So this is how the different units are used, and you can just imagine that how the units are big. So we can say generally internet consists of very large amount of data. So to handle such huge data, and if you want to perform the analysis on such huge data, then which analytics is used? So for that, big data analytics is used. So analysis on the big data is called as the big data analytics. So over here, the size of the data must be very large. In the previous lecture, we have seen the small data set. So that data set you can't consider as the big data set. So for doing the analysis on the big data, you must have the data related to some large file. So let's start that what is the big data analytics. So big data analytics refers to the strategy of analyzing large volume of the data, or we can say the big data. So we have seen that what are the data volumes. So they are considering the large volume of the data, not just the KB, not just the MB. They are talking about the very large volume of the data. So how this big data is gathered? So it is gathered from a wide variety of sources, from the social media networks. Video files can also be considered as the big data, because you can just imagine that if you record a video from your mobile phone, then the size of that a small short video is very large. So if you consider so many videos, then it will be considered as the big data, because the volume of the data is very large. Then comes the digital images, the sensors, and the sales transaction records. So sales transaction records, suppose if you consider the e-commerce website, then whatever sales you are having every day, then that amount of data is also very large. Then comes big data analytics, can help organization to better understand the information contained within the data, and will also help to identify the data that is most important to the business and the future business decisions. So big data analytics helps us to make the future decisions. So over here, you can say big data means the big volume of the data. So they are considering minimum 1 terabyte or the above 1 terabyte, that is in excess of 1 terabyte. So that big data should be generated with the high velocity and the high variety and the veracity. So you can say that big data is identified by using the 4 V's. So which are these 4 V's? Let's see that 4 V's are volume, velocity, variety, and veracity. So your data can be considered as a big data if and only if it satisfies this 4V. So your data must be generated using the high volume, with high velocity, with variety, and with veracity. So what are these 4V's? What are these 4 terms? Let's see turn by turn. So the first one is volume. So what is the volume? Volume means the data volume. So data volume is the size of the data that an organization holds. So over here, this can run into several petabytes, or we can say the exabytes. So they are considering the data above 1 TB, that is in terms of petabytes or the exabytes. So where you can find such type of data, such type of huge data in real world example, in real world life, where you can find such type of big volume data. So the example is the organization such as the telecom, such as you can say that Airtel or Vodafone is having the data related to their customers. So whether they are having the prepaid account or postpaid account, what type of recharge they are doing every month. So that information which contained the data of the customer, which is there with the telecom industry, it is very huge data. So you can consider that data as the petabytes or the hexabytes. Also the banking sector, the banking collect and store a large quantity of customer data, that what is the account number, what is the balance available with the customer, what is the loan information which is related to the customer, that all the information are there with the banking sector. So that data is also very large. So that data will be also in terms of the petabytes or the exabytes. Then comes from where else you can collect such type of big volume data. So the real life example, you can do the data collection using the satellite. So through the satellite, whatever information you are getting, that information are also not small. That information is very large. So you can consider it as the big data. Then comes the other machine generated data, such as data generated by the health organization. Then comes the usage monitoring system fitted in the aircraft. It means what? That within, you can say, the usage monitoring system, it means the video cameras. The video cameras are doing the surveillance and generating a new data at every second. So that data will be also very large. Then the data from the weather and the rain monitoring system. So these are the several examples in which the data is captured minute by minute. Next comes the velocity. What is the velocity? Velocity is the rate at which the data is generated. So just for an example, this is the company name, that is the AT&T. The customers generated data are more than 82 petabytes of data traffic on daily basis. So you are having the big data, you are having the data in terms of petabytes. But if you have gathered this data every day, then we can say the velocity of the generation of the data is very large. So if you have the 82 petabytes, but you have gathered this data using the past data, and you have gathered this petabytes by last 50 years, then that data will not be considered as the big data. So for the big data, the velocity of the generation of the data must be also high. So this, you can say this company is generating the customer data, that is 82 petabytes on daily basis. So daily they are generating this kind of huge amount of data. So if you want to do the analysis on such kind of data, then you have to use some advanced tools like Hadoop and all. You can't use a simple Python to load the data set, because over here the data size is very large. Then comes the variety. Variety refers to the different types of data collected. So different types of data means your data can contain the voice calls, then the text messages, then the uh, data related to the videos also. So there are different types of data available. So in the big data, there is the possibility that it contains different variety of the data. Just for an example, if you consider the example of the Facebook, then Facebook contains the audio data, it contains the text data, it also contains the video data. So the data generated from the Facebook, you can consider it as the big data. Then comes the veracity. Veracity refers to the quality issues of the data. So quality issues means, especially in a social media, there could be biased or incorrect data. So there is the possibility that that the user or the customer who are using that particular product, they may enter some wrong data or some incorrect data. So this incorrect data, which will result in the wrong inferences. In the wrong inferences means the conclusion, in the wrong conclusion. So in the big data, if it contains the incorrect data, then if you perform the analysis on such incorrect data, then your final conclusion will be also incorrect, or you can say wrong. So the veracity refers to the quality issues. So these are the this was the 4 V's of the big data analytics. So you have to remember this 4 P's for the big data analytics. Now next comes the web and the social media analytics. So how the social media is is having more advantage on the conventional media. Conventional media means you are doing marketing by using the hoardings or some newspaper or some pamphlets. That are the conventional techniques for the marketing. And now we are having the digital marketing, that is the marketing through social media. So how it is better than the conventional media? So in the conventional media, You cannot measure, just for an example, that the views of the hoarding, the newspaper ad cannot be measured. So how many people has viewed the advertisement on the hoarding, or how many people had viewed the advertisement on the newspaper. But by using the social media, you can easily calculate that who has viewed, uh, who is interested, by using the clicks, the comments, the shares, like, followers, fans, subscribers, and etc. So again, the social media is less expensive compared to the conventional media, and also the social media can create a viral impact in a short duration than the conventional media. So you can reach a large number of people by using the social media than to use the conventional media. But the key challenge in the social media strategy will be assessing the return on investment. So what is return on investment? Return on investment, ROI, should be calculated by using the formula like this. That is gain from the social media marketing, that what type of gain you have, minus the cost of the social media marketing, divide by the cost of the social media marketing. So what is this? This is the formula of the return on investment, that whatever you have invested by using the social media, you have invested some kind of time and money on the advertisement through the social media, then what you are gaining from that investment. So this is the formula to calculate the return on investment. So it is difficult to quantify the actual gain from the social media, so hence they have several variations to calculate the ROI. So which are they? Let's see. The first one is the return on engagement, that is ROE. This measures the impact of social media marketing on users' engagement on the premise that higher engagement leads to higher awareness and thus greater likeliness to purchase a particular product. So ROI calculation for some of the social media platform is provided below. So let's see. The first one is the Facebook. So how many people are interested? If you want to see that how many people are engaged with your advertisement, then you can easily find out that how many number of likes are there, comments are there, and how many total shares of the advertisement has done, and divide by total number of Facebook page likes. So that will be the engagement that you can calculate by using the Facebook as a social media. So if you have the Facebook page like as 1000, and if you have only 5 likes in your advertisement, it means the engagement of the people is very low. Then comes the Twitter, that is the number of replies and retweets divided by number of followers. Similarly for the YouTube, that is number of comments, rating and likes divided by number of video views, or you can say the divide by number of subscribers. Then comes the return on influence. This tries to measure how the social media activity changes the behavior of the user. Then next comes the anecdotes. It measures the verbal sharing of the sales activity or the intent of purchase on the social media platform. So whatever advertisement you are doing, so how many verbal sharing of your sales activities are there? That can be measured by using the anecdotes. Then comes the correlation. Correlation means what is the relation between what you have searched and what you want to actual purchase. Suppose I am searching for the electronic device as the pen drive, and I want to purchase the pen drive. So what is the correlation between what you have searched and what you are getting from the social media? So that is the correlation. This measures the relation between any social media engagement activity and the actual sales. Then comes the multivariate testing. It means what? In this multivariate testing, suppose I am searching for the pen drive, and you are selling, someone is selling the pen drive, someone e-commerce website, the seller on the e-commerce website wants to sell the pen drive. Then they have to link that they want to sell the pen drive and I want to purchase the pen drive. So that you have to correlate and you have to provide the right kind of offers and promotions to the different user, so the user can able to purchase the pen drive from your particular website. Next comes is the linking and tagging. This is usually you are doing the linking and tagging. Suppose you find a particular advertisement and you know that your friend is interested to buy that particular product. Then what you are doing in the comment section, you are writing your friend's name. So you are tagging and linking your friend with that particular advertisement. So this is what is about the linking and tagging in the social media analytics is. Then comes the social commerce approach. In this method, the sales are directly conducted through the social media. You must have seen that there is some WhatsApp group, and in that WhatsApp group, they are sharing their products. So you can say there is no real shop available. They have the products with them at home, and from home they are doing the marketing of the different products. So they do not have the storefront in real. They are developing the storefront in the WhatsApp or on the Facebook. So if you want to purchase that products, then that products you have to purchase through the social media only. For that marketing, they are not selling their product on the e-commerce website. They are directly doing the marketing through the social media, and if you want to purchase that product, then on that social media only you have to give the order. Then comes the share of conversation. That means the volume of the conversation for a particular brand divided by volume of the conversation for the entire industry. Then comes the sentiment analysis. So it tracks overall brand perception by crawling through all the data available on the net. So they are using the different measures as the customer influence effect and the stickiness index and the customer influence value. So here in this video, you can verify that what you have understand by answering these questions. That is, which are the 4 ways of the big data analytics? What are the advantages of using the big social media over the conventional media? And list the different variations used to calculate the return on investment. So thank you for watching.